Mongolians will be going to polls later today to vote for a new parliament. The main battle for votes is taking place between the governing Mongolian People's Party and the opposition Democratic Party. Their campaign has been fought over how to distribute wealth from the country's mining boom and rapidly growing economy, and tackling corruption. Well, at the same time, the campaign has not been without controversy after former President Nambar was barred from standing in the election. He was arrested on charges of corruption, misusing property and abuse of power, charges he denies. Well, let's speak now to Travis Hamilton, the Managing Director of Khan Investment Management. Now, Mongolia, obviously a third of the population there live under the poverty line, so fantastic news that all these parties are promising to distribute the wealth from Mongolia's resources. But how do you tell them apart? Because they're all promising pretty much the same thing.
Well, and that's exactly right, Sharon. It is very difficult to tell the two major parties apart, and it's important to realise as well that in fact the last two governments have been a coalition government between the Mongolian People's Party and the Democratic Party. Ideologically, there's not great differences between either of the parties, certainly from my perspective and from the outside. And locally, it would appear that the parties are really differentiated more by the characters leading each of the parties rather than policy.
Now, former President Nambar has been a real focus here. He's banned from taking part. He was jailed. He's out on bail now. But he's accusing the current government of falsifying the charges. So is a free and fair election possible, do you think?
Well, I believe it is. The fact is that Nambar has been under corruption allegations and charges for quite some time. He actually failed to appear for several court summonses in the past. He was arrested on his third attempt of arrest, and I think this is actually a clear indication that the country is taking very strong steps towards improving governance and actually doing what they can to stamp out corruption. And regardless of who you may be, you are not immune to investigation and hopefully prosecution.
Now, as you mentioned earlier, Mongolia has this huge mineral wealth. There's a huge mining boom going on there, but there's a lot of concerns that it's given that away too easily to foreign investors, to Chinese investors particularly. There's a move now to nationalise a lot of these assets, but won't that put off more investors?
Well, contrary again to international media, I don't think that resource nationalism is a priority of either of the major parties. Fortunately, what they have done as a coalition previously, just pre-election, they have passed a new foreign investment law, which does limit foreign investment into certain areas. But what that really does is set up a process by which Mongolia can monitor and review foreign investment. I view it as a positive. Fortunately, it's not retrospective. And from my perspective as a foreign investor, I think the climate for investment in Mongolia now is the best it's ever been.
All right, we'll leave there. Travis Hamilton there from Khan Investment. Thank you.